Hello, it's been quite a while since I've done a video and I think there was a few reasons for that. So I've been really busy, number one, but number two, I kind of went through a weird questioning period. I don't know, I didn't know if I was happy with my current book. I think all the new things coming out at this time of year is really confusing. So I guess I've been thinking about what I want to do next year, and it's just been confusing me as to whether I'm happy or not in this system and what I am planning on doing next year. So I will get into that eventually, and my thoughts, but for now I thought I'd just show you what I have so far. I have no idea where I left off, honestly. I could not tell you. I think it was Thailand, but I'm not going to show you all of that, so I might work backwards if that's okay. This is today. I haven't filled in today yet, but I do have some things I need to do. So in all my experiments, which I will talk about, unless I should just talk about it now. No, I won't. So one of the things I found is that I don't really like how big I was writing on previous pages. Actually, I'll show you this one. So this one actually isn't a great example because I didn't write that big here, but this is like how big I used to write, and this is what I changed to the size. So it's a little bit to get used to. It's obviously not the natural size I write in. I write a little bit bigger, but I really like the way this looks more, and also I can fit a lot more on pages, and I think that's good. So we will come back to this, but this was one of the things I figured out, and I think I will continue to do this moving forward. Also because when I film it, which I do really enjoy doing as another way of sorry, I keep hitting my monchichi. But I like to film it as another way of recording it, and but I don't want people to be able to really read it that well. So writing smaller makes it a bit more difficult to read as well. And I have some of my index dots here. The yellow is for anime and the blue is for commonplace. So this was a bit commonplace from the wiki page for One Piece. And then this picture has absolutely nothing to do with it. I just saved it on Pinterest this week, so I put that in there. And then anything that's not tagged is just my personal thoughts, which is most things, which is why I don't tag them. Yes, these pages are actually not done. I need to add stickers and things to them, and you'll see there's some little spaces which I will add some pictures to, which I might record later or tomorrow, possibly tomorrow. I don't actually know. But I need to do a little bit more with these, so they're not actually done, but I just thought I should, while I have some light still, I will show you what I have done the last few weeks. So yeah, I have a picture to add here, I believe, and this was a fanfiction I read. It was really good. Recommend. More One Piece and commonplace. So yeah, these pages are pretty boring right now because I haven't decorated them yet, and the writing also just doesn't look as nice because it's bigger, and at least I've realized that now. So I just had no idea before. I was kind of looking at my pages, I was like, why don't I like them? And I was looking at pages on Pinterest and I was like, everyone writes really small and I don't naturally, so it's something I kind of have to, I guess, make myself do if I want to have that look. And also there was one day I just added my list of things to do here. Don't love that, but anyway, I don't know why I did that. Well, one of the reasons I know why I did that is because I got rid of my week's book, which I will talk about at some point. This page I really liked. This was last week, so last weekend ended here, so this was where I did from last weekend, if that makes sense. So these ones are all decorated from here forward. So I did a whole page about Wishbone by Conan Gray's new album. I've been a Conan Gray fan for a very long time, and I don't think he's ever released a song that I don't like, so I was very happy with that release, and I'm still listening to it. So I mean, it's only been a week, but I really like it. It's very much my aesthetic as well. I feel like Found Heaven wasn't as much my aesthetic. I still liked Found Heaven. Even Super 8 wasn't as much, although I do like a lot of the songs on Super 8, but this one is like very me, so I'm really enjoying it. So far my favorites are, well, when I made this it was Actor, Vodka, I don't know why I said it like that, Actor, Vodka Cranberry, Nauseous. I really like Hair, and I like Romeo, I like Caramel. My World is Growing on Me. Yeah. And I got an acai bowl with my friend. It was okay. This week was hard, so it was like, that's why I put a cheer up. It was a rough week. And I was watching the Apothecary Diaries. I really have been enjoying it. I have 2 more episodes left of season 1, and then season 2 is not on Netflix, so I will have to watch that somewhere else, see if it's on Crunchyroll or something. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. It's been a really long time, like over a year, since I've like watched an anime that's not One Piece, so it's nice to get back into watching other animes, and this was like definitely a really good choice because it like gripped me very early on, and I just like binged so much of it so quickly. So yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I would actually consider reading the light novels as well once I catch up, because it's that good. Yeah, so I was very overwhelmed this week, so I have a tweet that says completely overwhelmed, will do, and a little what's this called? A ladybug for support. And this week my Moose Master game also arrived. I ordered Moose Master and what's the other one? Coyote, after watching some Smosh videos, and I ordered it to play with my group at uni just during lunchtime, so I'm bored. And we've played it twice already since I've got it, and it's been really fun, especially on stressful days. Like, it's really a good outlet, so it's been really fun. I've very much enjoyed it. And then this day my friend came over again. My housemate's away at the moment, so she kept coming over because her housemate's also away, and we're both like lonely, so she was just coming over to keep me company, and we were studying together as well. We went to a place called PB&J's, which has desserts, and I wanted this is a s'mores pie, and she wanted a cinnamon scroll, but I said we should share, so we shared them. The s'mores pie was definitely better, in my opinion. It was really good. The chocolate was kind of rich, but the top and the bottom was so good. So yeah, and then the cinnamon roll was okay too. It was just like massive. It was huge. I don't think this picture does justice how big it was. It was the biggest one I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, and my cat was being pretty friendly. So these are some photos she took. And then I had some dreams, a lot of dreams one night, so I was writing about them here. And then I did a little page spread about the One Piece hobonichi lineup for 2026. And as of today, actually, the hobonichi website is live now for 2026, so I did have a look there this morning. Honestly, on second look, I don't know if I will get anything. I had all these plans, like, oh, I want this, and now I'm just like, there are so many good things, but I don't know that I would use them. The only thing is maybe a week's, and even if I do, I don't know which weeks I'd get, because there's a lot of really good weeks. And the only other thing is there's some stamps which have, I think they already were out. They're not a new thing this year, but there's some One Piece stamps that I'd really like. Not this one. This one I looked today, it cost $80. That's crazy. So not that one, it's just a little one. And it costs like $14. So if I get a week's and that, it will probably be worth it. And then I just have to consider whether I want any more covers, but I think on second look on these One Piece ones, I don't think I like them enough to pay the prices. This one, so this one is the black and white one. I thought I would like it more, but the inside has red stitching and I think it's just a little too much for me. It's a bit much going on. And the A6 in mint green for this one, I'm not sure about the green. And then the cousin size, I don't currently use a cousin, and I honestly don't really see myself using one next year either. So that would be a pretty big risk to take, to buy it and then hope that I buy something that could fit in there. Like, that's not really a good idea, I wouldn't think. I was hoping that they would come in both colors of these, that each size would come in both colors, and that they just didn't release it for the preview, but unfortunately it's just these colors for these size, at least as far as I can tell. Maybe I should go through, have a quick look at some of the other designs. I just saw, like right before this, that they're doing a few more collabs. There was a Monchichi Weeks and a whole collaboration with Frog and Toad, or Toad and Frog, which are really, really cute. I really love. Oh yes, I see it. So let me go through. I'm gonna go to the website and just talk about a few of them. The sun is coming in and it's shining on my neck and it's getting hot, so I don't know how long I'll be able to do this. I normally just do everything in the dark because I am averse to the sunlight. But anyway, I liked all the Frog and Toad ones, if that's what it's called, but I liked the Weeks one. That would be the one I'd consider getting. The only other thing, I don't like the idea of a Hon, obviously. And then techo covers. I'm not overly impressed by any of them, honestly. I do think the Io Okumi, A Story About Me one is kind of cute, but the colors are not my favorite. The Foggy Plaid one is kind of cute, but it is so expensive. It's $71 for just the cover. And that just seems like a lot for a fabric cover to me. But maybe that's normal. So for now, I think it might just be accessories from Hobonichi, plus or minus a week's. But anyway, I will keep you updated. This is another page. This was when I was doing a case on heartworm, so I put this like really cool heartworm image. I tried to find the source, but I could not find it, which sucks. So I hope it's not AI. Damn, I should have checked that. Hey, can I check that? How would I even know? Oh, now I'm panicking. Oh god, I hate this world that we live in. Okay, I unfortunately don't know where it's from, and now I'm worried it's AI, but it looks really cool. Oh well, anyway. And then I did a bit about Smosh games, Smosh Summer Games, because that was really fun. I was rooting for the Detention Degenerates as soon as they formed, because they were just obviously the best team. Before that I was rooting for the Dairy Cows, but I swapped promptly when they announced the new team. And the part where Angela like outed Shane was the highlight of the whole thing. And this might be the last page I'll show. Yes, I wasn't going to show anymore. My granny sent me a letter, so I covered up all the details there. And then I do a little thing about Monchichi because I do still love my Monchichi. This was quite a while ago though, this was right at the start of August, so yeah. So a bit about my experiment. I will just say I have been doing a little bit in here. I don't know if you remembered, but I started this ages ago. I was using my stickers from the One Piece sticker book to talk about all the, like, which ones were each Pirates Jolly Roger. And I just did one other page of that, which actually took a while, but anyway. Another thing I found out with this is that I could probably write 2 lines in each square. So moving forward I would like to do that, but if I want to finish this I'd probably have to keep it the same size. But anyway, my experiment, so this, oh, I've got more on the back to show you, but I'll show you a bit later. This, okay, so let me present a few issues. Number 1, first of all, this book is thick, like, so this is the thickness. This is only about 5 months, I think. So I started this in April, might be almost 6 months. But anyway, not like obviously that long. And this is obviously a full year hobonichi. It is an April start, so this isn't more than half a year. This is an April start one. So it goes till April next year. I am not planning on using it until April next year. I'm planning on starting a new one at the start of the year. So that's not really an issue this year. Like, obviously it's quite bulky, but I think it will survive till the end of the year. But moving forward for next year, there is, I don't think, any way that an entire year would fit without being like incredibly bulky. I think it doesn't look as bad from this way, but from my angle down here it's very, very thick. So that was one problem. I was like, I don't think I can fit everything of a year within it. Obviously there is the avec, which is like half of the year divided, so that could work. And currently that is my plan for next year, is to have an avec. However, I considered the possibility, I considered that maybe instead I wanted a ring binder, which when I very first started journaling I used rings. So I used this little, this is an A7 I believe book that I managed to I just slipped into this cover, and I made these pages myself. So that was the biggest thing, and I liked this a lot. I could move things around. The only thing was I didn't feel that comfortable doing my own personal thoughts in here for some reason. So then I thought, you know, I could have a rings for everything other than my personal thoughts, and then a avec, or even if I was just doing personal thoughts, I could probably get the full yearbook in a A6 techo. So then came the question of what paper I would use if I wanted to do that, and I went through a few options. So this kind of all started because I destroyed my weeks, my Kimball weeks, which I was using, and I don't regret it because I feel like it was an important experiment, but also now, like, I kind of feel like I need it and I don't have it anymore. So, but it is like I still have all the pages, so I could probably kind of put it back together a little bit. But I was gonna use the blank pages to, I was gonna use the weeks. I was cutting the weeks. I have them actually. Where are they? They're in here somewhere. So yes. So I cut some of the weeks. So my idea was I could each week maybe put this at the front and have like my to-do list on this side, and then what I actually had to do each day on the other side, and just use, oh sorry, that's just use Saturday for Saturday and Sunday, just use it as the weekend. So that was my plan. And then I had some of the, where did they go? Blank pages that I thought I could use for my comment placing and other things, like my thoughts, whatever I wanted to use. So I was like, this is a great idea, this works. And like it fit, it like it actually worked pretty well. I like the color, I love the size of the Kimbo squares. Where was my little, so I've done some pages in here before and I really like the way that they look. But I realized quickly that obviously this was not going to be enough blank pages, like probably even for the rest of this year. Like this is not going to be enough. And so then what's the solution? Do I buy like multiple Kimbos and destroy them all just so that I can have like these pages? Like that just seems incredibly wasteful and also like a lot of effort. So I didn't think that was a great idea, and I don't know why I didn't realize that first, but I think I just needed to do the experiment, and I am glad that I did. I am sad that I don't have my weeks anymore, but I'm sure I can figure something out. So I realized that wasn't gonna really work. So then I considered maybe either creating my own inserts or like using ones that other creators have made, and you know, just printing them on a piece of paper, A4 piece of paper, and cutting them to size. And you know, that way I could change the paper to be whatever kind of paper I wanted, the color could be whatever I wanted. And most creators, although they wouldn't have this size because this is like a random made up size, but I can rescale it and it will probably work okay, is what I figured. However, and even if it didn't work, I could make my own. But I realized pretty quickly that this size on an A4 piece of paper was going to result in like so much waste, like a massive strip along the bottom and maybe some along the side as well. And I just wasn't really comfortable with that. I think, you know, journaling can, as a hobby, can already create a lot of waste, and I don't know, that idea made me really uncomfortable. So I was put off that pretty quickly as well. So then I came back to my original paper, which was this paper, which is just in a little like A5 pad. And I do get some paper wastage this way, but I have that in here. There's not a whole lot, so I get 2 out of this, and there's just a little strip on the edge. And it's very inexpensive, so that's not a concern. That wasn't really a concern with the A4 either. It's just kind of feeling guilty for wasting paper. So this kind of works fairly well. It's just that the color is one thing, so it has the blue lines, and it's also like very white, and I kind of prefer the more off-white kind of color, like leaning towards cream, in the other books have, so the Kimbo as well. And I also just don't love the way some of these pages look. Like this was at the very start, so I was really trying to figure out like what I wanted my pages to look like. Obviously I've come a long way since this point in time. I've learned a lot about what I like, so I could do it better. And so that was what this page was. I was trying to figure out how I'd want to set it up. So I considered how I wanted to set up my pages. I thought about possibly doing like weekly pages here as well. Like I could make my own like as a weekly page. So I had Monday, Tuesday, and you know, that's a possibility, I think. And I also tried writing smaller. So obviously back here I took up like pretty much the whole square. And I think I was also using a different pen at this time. It looks like I was using a thinner pen, maybe. So I feel like this just looks better already. I think if these pages with this color, it could work. But the reality is they're not. And I currently don't have pages that look like that. And I think at the moment it's a lot of effort. Oh, Waverly, hello. So it's a lot of effort. I think it could work in the future. I think one thing, like I have really wanted a Filofax since I got into journaling. I think everyone wants a Filofax, you know, that's fair. They're just very expensive, but I think it is still an option that I could maybe perhaps get one for Christmas, as a Christmas present, or put money towards it for Christmas. But obviously okay, I can't see now. I would be worried about getting something so expensive and then not wanting to use it, or not wanting to write like personal thoughts in there or something. And similarly, if I got the Filofax and I really liked it and I wanted to use it for everything, then if I'd ordered like an Avec or a full techo, then I wouldn't use that and then that would also be wasteful. So it's a little bit hard going into it, going into next year, to know what I want. I think I'm still deciding and thinking about it. I think the next few weeks I'll see how I continue going in here. Maybe I'll come back to doing this again, just try making some pages to see if I like them. I could always order paper, that is, I'd have to order it online is the thing, I couldn't buy it in person. A different color, so I can see in that way if I'd like it. And yeah, it's hard to know. But that was my little experiment, which I've kind of abandoned because I was just like, no, I don't like it. I don't like this paper, the color is just not it. I like the size, I do really like the size. I like having the like long, slightly longer than wider, but just not currently it. But we will revisit it, I think, at some point. And then yeah, I do still have my field notes if I have extra things I want to write about. I really do like having one book, is the thing. And so that's also another fear with Filofax, is that I really like the Filofax and I just want to do everything in there, and then I have to say goodbye. Well, not say goodbye, but like I wouldn't be able to use this cover, which I love very dearly. Like it means a lot to me. So I think I'd be kind of sad if I couldn't use this cover for something. However, if I could do my personal thoughts in here and I did my everything else in a Filofax, it could work. But also, what is truly, when I think about it, what is the difference between a Filofax and just using a ring like this in here if I get the right paper and I make like the right layouts? I guess I don't have the correct size, so it makes it, there's work in there, like, because this isn't a standard size. But yeah, all things to think about, so I will keep on thinking about it and see where I go. In the meantime, I have also done some pages at the back, so I have Pinterest boards with the straw hats. Sorry. I have Pinterest boards with like for each of the straw hats and also other characters, so I decided to like make them real life. So this is not all the photos, I have a lot of pictures in there, but this says silly guy if you can't read it. Luffy's is not very aesthetic, but Robin's is beautiful and I'm very proud of it. And then I'm gonna do it in order, so this will be Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Sanji, Chopper, Robin, and then other people. So yeah, I've enjoyed that. That's just when I have extra space on my piece of paper that I'm printing, I just add some of these to fill it up, and it's been really fun. And then I also, these are the stickers from the One Piece sticker book, and I was trying to figure out whose Dendamushi each one was. I still don't know who this one is or this one. I feel like this is a character I don't know yet. I just got to Dressrosa, so if you are watching this video and you know who this or this belongs to, please let me know. Yeah, I think I figured out the rest of them. There is Bon Clay's is missing, and there is one in the sticker book that I haven't put in there. It didn't fit and I didn't know who it was, so I just didn't put it in. Oh, I think actually I saw this one when I was looking through them. Huh, okay. I might know that one. I might be able to find that one. But anyway, feel free to let me know, because as I said, I'm not using the back, so this is January next year. I won't be using this for my regular pages, so I thought I might as well use them for other things if I desire, and I do desire, so just for fun I did those. But yeah, that's about all we've got right now. I need to do a little bit more decorating for these pages, and then we'll see where we go from there. I think these next few weeks will probably give me a good idea whether I'm happy in this system or if I want to move back to a rings system and figure it out and order some paper or something. Maybe I should just order some paper in preparation. That would probably be the wisest idea, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm not sure if I will include footage of me decorating it. I think I will. But if I don't speak to you again, I hope you all enjoy your week, and I'll see you next time.